Coffee time. Cool. All right. We got at least you're in here. Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, I don't have anything else going on today, so I said, what the fuck? I might as well do another live. You know? That's fucked up that it says 12 o'clock tonight, though. Dude, this damn tortoise's pod is fuck all day long digging. You can hear your tortoise digging all day. With coffee and water. Annoying. He used to be downstairs too. I miss my snakes being in the living room. I do. It heated the living room up wicked though. In the summertime, it was so fucking hot in the living room. You know, even with the AC going. The cool part is it gets warm enough in here during the summer. I turn their heat tape, actually. I can turn the heat tape down when the ambient temperature comes up in here. But I got the window all blocked out, so this room stays relatively cool. And plus I run an AC in the other room, so it keeps it probably around 80 in here, ambient temp in this room in the summertime. So it's not too bad. It's about perfect. Right now it's 73. I'm afraid the two snakes and tortoise will heat the little room up big time in summer too. Yeah, and if you're running like a computer or whatever, your computer, your tower's giving off heat. So yeah, you take a chance that that room is going to get warm. I might need a portable AC in here. Yeah, well, I'm not big on those ones that are like the floor and you put a vent in the window. Those ones don't really work for shit. My son's bought one, and my daughter's bought one, and they were big. They would have normally should have done the same size window unit would have cooled their house, and that damn thing, because of that vent out outside. Well, that vent is all warm, so that vent's giving off heat too. So it doesn't. Them portable ones, if it's one of them floor model ones, they really don't work that great. You know, because this was a few years back. Technology might have gotten better by now. You know. I doubt anybody really wants to come out now. Raven's in a tub. This girl needs some moisture. This girl needs some moisture. This girl just went to the bathroom, so I doubt she wants to come back out. You want to come out? You want to come out? I'll leave her tub open. Maybe she'll come out. Hi, pretty girl. You can come out? Huh? You want to come out and hang out? You can. She doesn't really look like she's moving. Oh, here she comes. You come in? Everybody's in shed, so nobody's actually going to ask to come out. I'd like to see her come back out. You can come out? Yeah, as soon as I start closing it up, she starts coming out. And as soon as I stop closing it up, she stops coming out. But she's been out a while today. Actually, I know who I'll take out. You want to come out? This dude says he'll come out. This dude says, I'll come out. I'll come out and visit. Yeah, I think it works better too if my notifications, if I post them like a couple hours, few hours ahead of time. I think it probably takes a little bit for them to actually, before the notification to even go up. But I started the last one and nobody showed up. I was in for about 10 minutes and said, what the hell, I'm out of here. Oh, look, there she is. She gonna come to me, girl? You gonna come to me? It's all right. Huh? Do you want to come see me? Come on. Do you want to come? You can come home. You can, pretty girl. She's all fired up too. She's super red right now. She's fired right up. Oh, who else is in here? Is that you, Dale? This is the second live of today. But is Foxy's just sitting there. And I got Captain out. Oh, we lost him. Whoever was in here is gone now. Guess they didn't want to say who they was. Well, I'm just going to move this big towel roll here so you don't get in behind there. Hopefully. I don't care if she climbs around up there. I just don't want her getting in the closet. Oh, I gotta back up. God, she's so pretty. It'd be cool if I can catch this guy shedding, but my older one does it all night at night. I got snakes that do it overnight too, but I've caught them a few times during the day. I've actually helped mine shed. I've actually picked them up, and once it's already rolling up, I'll take them out and I'll let them just slide through my hand, and I'll gently help them shed. You know, he's got his tail in my pocket. Let go of my arm. I just want to put you up on my neck. That's all. I gotta grab this girl. Come on, girl. It's easy to tell when they're ready to come out too, because when you stop pulling them out like these boas, that that kind of got some length to them. When you take them out, they don't try to hook their tail on anything. Same thing with the ball pythons. When I go and I pull them out, when they want to come out, they won't grab a hold of their hide, even if they're inside the hide and I'm pulling them out. They'll just slide right out. She's not as red as she was. She was bright red. She was fired right up when she first started coming out of that tub. But she's calmed down. She's chilled out. And she's got such a saturated pattern. But it was more saturated than it was. I mean, her sides were like, had a lot more black freckling too, and she's actually lightening up, and her pattern's not so saturated. That pattern is nuts. Her pattern is nuts. It is nuts, and her tattoos on her face, man, are amazing. She's got such a a wicked cool head and tattoos all over it. And she's got dark red eyes. You can't see it. It looks like she's like Mike Tyson. Face tats. Yeah. I don't know why anybody would want to do that, huh? Tat their face. Nothing says you're a weirdo like fucking tattoos on your face. I mean, seriously. You want to go back to sleep? Maybe not. No, I don't think he does. I don't think he does. But yeah, it's no big deal to have these guys out multiple times in a day. It really isn't. This one's squeezing me. This guy squeezed me. Why are you squeezing me, bud? But the Boas always want to stay out. The Boas don't mind being out, but the ball pythons don't either. I mean, just because they don't necessarily, they're small enough so even I can like ball them up and set them down. These Boas, they they don't feel comfortable being just set down. They want to be they want to be hanging on and anchored to something. So when you set them down, they squeeze the hell out of your hand. So they don't just go in. With a ball, you can like grab a hold of them and be like holding them and just set them down and then shut the tub up. With these Boas, you can't do that because they just latch onto you. And because the bigger the snake, the harder it is to get them back anyway if they don't want to go back. Hypo leopard. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. This is the second live today. We did one this morning. Nobody knows who you are unless you comment, so you can sit there and watch and nobody knows who you are. The only way we'll know who you are is if you comment. I guess you have a good few years before you have to figure out bigger enclosures for them. Well, these two little ones, actually, Roxy, my Doomerals, and Raven, I'll probably move up into bigger enclosures by the end of this summer. This girl will be good for another year in there anyway. And same with Aurora. Aurora might be 2 years because, like I said, like you see, this girl's actually pretty long. Aurora's not going to get anywhere near as long as this girl when she's full grown. Foxy's pretty long, really, but she is a year older too, than than Aurora, my IMG. So, but yeah, I've got at least another year, or more for this girl. And Aurora is another, year or two anyway. But Raven and my Guyana and my Doomerals Boa, I will have to move up. How you doing, everybody? Thanks for joining. And if you were here this morning and you came back, thank you very much. We haven't been here this whole time. If you was watching this morning. I did shut down for about an hour and a half. But what's up, y'all? It's nice. Thank you. She was sold to me as a hypo leopard. And I've been told by people that know a lot more about Boas than me that she probably has more in her. But that's what she was sold to me as. Was a hypo leopard. And she's a good girl. This is your first time here? Yes, You see how saturated she is on her sides? And you see the black freckles, like she had a lot more of those when I got her. I've had her for about 3 years now, and her sides were way more saturated. Her pattern's actually cleaning up. I'm almost thinking the bigger she gets, her pattern might actually clean up. So it's what I'm hoping for anyway. Same thing with my Guyana. My Guyana, when I first got her, her sides pattern was like saturated, super saturated, like almost too busy. You know what I mean? But the more she's gotten, the older she's gotten, it's starting to clean up. Her saddles, she didn't really have any saddle peaks on her saddles in the very beginning, and now she's actually starting to peak up on her saddles. So I've got 5 boas. I've had them about 4 years now. Some of them I've had 4. Some of them I've only had a couple. I have one boa I've only had almost not even a year yet, but the rest of them I've had about 4 years. Let me put Captain back here. Get in there, buddy. Well, we'll give him some moisture. All right, I'll be back here in a second. EA Snakes, I don't think I've seen you in here before. I've been shooting, I kind of stopped shooting actual videos and started doing these lives for the last 4 days. I actually prefer to do them. I would rather do lives than I get to actually interact with people. But yes, I have 5 boas. I have an IMG Hypo Jungle Pastel. I have a Guyana. A really nice pattern. Yes, thank you. Crazy colors on her. She does. And when she fires up, her head gets even redder. And it's hard to tell, but she does. She's got a really, she's more red than orange. She almost looks orange here to me. But she's actually really red. And when she's fired up, she turns like really dark red. She gets really pretty. Really, really pretty. But anyway, and I got a Dumerals boa. I got a Motley boa, which is just a baby. She's the one that I have only had about a year. And they're super cool. I mean, even my boas, aren't head shy. They're not shy. They don't hiss. I've only heard 2 snakes ever hiss in my life, and that's Motley and my Guyana, and that was only when I first got them. My Guyana hissed at me like the first 3 times I took her out, and she hasn't since, and she's a big old sweetheart, and she is a wild caught Guyana. I didn't know before I bought her. She was already shipped to me before I found out she was live wild caught. So it wasn't like I wanted a wild caught. And I didn't even know that you could even get wild caught snakes when I bought her. I mean, but that's what happened. But she's a big old sweetheart, and been nothing but a big old sweetheart. I've never been bit by any of my boas. I've only been bit by a couple of my ball pythons when I first got them, within the first couple days of getting them. Which was the first boa? My first boa was... I don't have him no more. I actually lost him about a year ago, and that's why I picked up Motley. I fed him, and for some reason, it didn't digest in him, and it I think basically it rotted inside of him. I feed nothing but frozen thawed here, and I don't have any idea honestly what happened other than it looks like his food. He had a problem with digesting his food, and he ended up passing away. So he's gone. But this is no, my third boa I got. My second boa was, I got two of them together. I got, my first boa was Roscoe, and he's gone. But then I got Raven, and I got my Dumerals boa. Your message back up today asked about bad following you ever since. That, I'm sorry. My messages disappear after 3 seconds. So if I'm not fast about reading them, they don't stay there. So I half saw that. You've been here since something. And that's as far as I got. That you've been here ever since whatever. But thank you for however long you've been here. You just being, coming back and still being here, that's awesome. I really appreciate that. But, so, my Doom Rolls and Raven were my second and third boa. And then I got Aurora. I got those boas, the first two boas I got late season in the fall, and I got Aurora the next spring, my IMG. Whoever was just sent me that last message, say hello so I can at least see. Then your name will come up, or at least your handle or whatever it is, so I can say thank you, because I think you were getting at that you've been here ever since I first started shooting videos. And if that's what you were getting at, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I appreciate all my people. And you're going to find I haven't bred anything in a year. I might not ever breed anything ever again. The economy the way it is, and I want to make sure I get good homes for my snakes. It's not about the money. And here in Maine, snakes aren't big. People hate snakes here, and up to 5 years ago, I was one of them. I was just scared of them. I didn't hate them. I was scared of them. And that's normally what goes on with most people around here in Maine, is everybody's scared of them. Because the snakes that we have are kind of mean and nasty that we have in the wild. We don't have any poisonous. We got like garter snakes and, stuff like that. I mean, perfectly harmless. But the garter snakes that we have in the wild are way more aggressive or mean than any ball python or boa I've ever seen. They're mean little bastards. Oh, see, nobody's commenting now. I'm sorry I missed it. And like I said, I've hit all my settings, but I'm not big enough. Once I get 500, once I hit 500 subs, then I get more advanced settings on these lives, and then I think I can get it to actually talk to me and tell me what somebody's commenting, so I won't have to worry about them disappearing. You got 350 right now. Yeah, 350 is not really anything, but I'm surprised that I even have 350. I mean, honestly, I'm at 25. Yeah, but you got to be consistent. You keep posting, and look, my unboxing videos are that's the only thing I really shot in the very beginning, was just unboxing videos, and I didn't really do any chats or anything because I didn't really have a whole lot to say, because I was just learning myself, and I don't want to give out bad. Oh, yeah, for me to find shit to post about. No, that's why I like doing these lives. It's hard knowing what people want to talk about. I figure they just want to see snakes, which works for me because I just want to show my snakes. I want to show them off and show how chill. You know, how super chill snakes really are, and that what we see on TV is far from what they normally are. I've got 36, 35, 36 snakes, and every one of them are just as chill and tame as this girl. Take them out multiple times during the day, it don't matter. Even my Guyana. My Guyana I had out this morning, I had her out for a good, good probably half an hour or so. So I'm gonna leave her alone now. And this girl was out too, but this girl really don't matter. I could put her away and take her out 5 minutes from now, and she wouldn't care. But this is Foxy, and she is a hypo leopard. And here, let's see if she wants to climb around again. I built this for my boas. There's nobody here, Diablo. It was Dad. It was just Dad, bud. I bought this for my boas to climb on. Oh, you guys can't see. It's nice for when the wife's not around, so I can go and put my boas up here and they can climb around if I need to change them or something. I don't really have a place to let my ball pythons roam around. Green room pythons as an enclosed playpen. Yeah, and you can get them. I've seen those enclosed playpens. And yes, I mean, I could put my ball pythons up here, but when I do, you can tell they're not comfortable. That they don't like, my ball pythons don't like. I can leave them like here, and they're all right. But if I try to like let them do like he's doing, they get all weirded out. You can tell they don't want to be up there. But my boas, they love being up there. All of them. It's just a pain in the ass sometimes to get them down if they don't want to be up there. You know what I mean? So, and everybody disregard that notification that I'm going to be on at midnight, because it ain't happening. It was supposed to be for today at 2. I don't know why it went midnight, but all right. Since I doubt you guys have probably seen my doom rolls, I'll get my doom rolls out. My doom rolls boa. This was number 2. Number 2 snake. She's also been out today. This morning for this morning's live. If you like long videos or long lives, my last live this morning was 2 hours and almost 30 minutes long. This is a doom rose boa. She's a ground dwelling boa. We'll get some better shots of her over here for you. Over her head. Maybe I can get her colors to actually show up. She's got like a pink outline to that dark, what looks like dark red on her head. And she's got pinks. She's got really nice pinks, and she's got a really cool pattern. She almost looks like a Madagascar boa. They have a lot of the same color, and their patterns look similar, but they're different. They're totally different. But this is a ground dwelling boa, and so they're not much for climbing. Pink isn't showing up on here. Yeah, I know. Maybe if I do this. Can you see it maybe on her belly? She's starting to get a little fired up too. Cause when they get fired up, her head gets darker, and her pinstriping on her head gets But it's her belly that I really want to show. Can you see the pinks in that though? See that cool belly? But this girl, by the end of this summer, I'll have to get her a bigger enclosure. Yeah, it's hard to see the pink. Yeah, I know. You will. You'll see it when I get them outside. Thank you. Thank you, EA Snakes. Is that like EA Sports? Or, well, what's EA stand for? Is it yours, your initials or something? I'm just nosy, I guess. You don't have to tell me. You can tell me to piss off. I just wondering. That's my name is Eric Anthony. There you go. No, that makes total sense. But you know what I mean? If you're a gamer at all, there was EA Sports, and I didn't know maybe you were a gamer. You know what I mean? But no, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, so you remember it easy. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, it probably for most. I'm sorry, buddy, but I doubt if you come back to my live. I always go live at 10. You know, I've been doing 10 a.m. every morning, you know, for a couple hours. So if you come back on tomorrow, I might not remember that your name's Eric. You know, and I already forgot your last name, but see, I did at least remember your first name. My memory sucks, dude. And it's no disrespect. It's just, I can't remember nothing. I can't remember anybody's name. I remember people's faces. I'm a face recognition person. Yeah, he sucks at names too. my buddy, Repti Han. EA, Eric, are you subscribed? Because if you're not, I really would appreciate it if you would. I'm the same way, so that's why I felt the name was easier to remember. Yeah, you're right. It is. It is easier to remember because of that. Repti Han, I missed yours. I missed your. Where, if you don't mind me asking, Repti Han's from Tennessee. I got as far as Finland this morning. Where do you mind me asking where you're from? I'm here in Maine. I'm thinking you're kind of somewhat close because your messages are coming pretty quick. Where are you from, Eric? Eric's from Florida. Eric, all my boas except for one came from Florida. Casa de Fuego Reptiles. Pablo. He's a super wicked good guy, and I got all my boas from him. So if you're thinking about boas or anything like that, hit Casa de Fuego Reptiles up. He has an Instagram too. I'm on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, I'd really appreciate the follow there too. I have a motorcycle Instagram, Harley motorcycle Instagram. It's called Dirty Dog. And then I have another Instagram for my King Corso Diablo. He has his own Instagram. He's got, what, almost 1,200 followers. You know, dog's killing it. And I don't even post much there. I don't. But you see what I mean, though? How I said earlier? They like being up there. They like being up high. And she'll just sit up there and chill now. You know. And this girl, Doomerals means lazy snake. And these guys definitely are. Subbed on YouTube and Instagram. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. You know, I don't tag my videos, and all that, and I don't edit, so I'm not for everybody. That's why I like these lives, because honestly, my normal videos, I like these lives. I don't edit, you know. But I like these lives better because I get to interact with everybody, in that video. Not wait until after it uploads and then somebody comments and comments back, which I like that too. But it's better. I like this, being able to sit here. Because I run out of things to, believe it or not, I know it probably sounds like I'm full of shit, but I have a hard time knowing what to talk about in a regular video. And I was getting to the point where I stopped shooting because I was running out of stuff to say. So I started doing these lives, and I actually, for me, I feel I've been doing pretty good. My last video, we got up to 10 people in here. And for a little guy like me, that's amazing. So, but go put this girl back. My IMG I had out this morning, but she's going into shed. So I really don't want to bother her again. But if you're around tomorrow morning, for tomorrow morning's 10 o'clock live, I'll make sure that you see her tomorrow. I don't really want to mess with her again today. It wasn't her favorite thing. She was fine earlier, but it's still not her favorite thing, and I try not to stress them too bad. Just like Raven, I don't take Raven out nearly as much as I have been. I've been taking Raven out every day, and she's not really used to that, so I try not to take her out, But I like taking her out. I think I'm just gonna start taking her out at least every day now. She seems confident now. You know what I mean? She seems confident in you see Reptihan, you see how she is when she comes out. She seems really confident and, realizes that, I'm just coming out. Nothing's gonna happen. Which is a big accomplishment for me because I was a little worried once I found out she was wild caught. I was like, oh my word. I wasn't even sure I was really ready for the Boas, if they bit me. And then to find out she's wild caught, and I was like, I'm gonna get fucking bit for sure. There's just not gonna be any way around it. Eric and Reptihan are in here. Who's the third person, if you don't mind me asking? Could you, if you don't want to tell me, could you at least give me another thumbs up, please? I don't really like asking that because I fucking feel like everybody that asks for subs and asks for people to hit the notification button and all that, I feel like they're, begging. Because I don't really want to come across as I'm begging, but I do appreciate if everybody would sub up. And that's fine if you want to stay incognito, whoever the third person is in here. I totally understand, and that's fine. I was just kind of hoping because then I could at least acknowledge that you're here. And then when I start doing these lives, when I see people that have returned, I like to thank you for returning. Because everybody's got stuff that that I know to me would be way more important than being here right now. No, white snake, not a ball python, but a boa. I mean, a ball python rather, with blue eyes. This is Storm. I have 3 white snakes named Storm, Thunder, and Lightning. I'm starting to like the all white snakes more. Hey, the all white, I'm telling you right now is a buyer's market because everything is going cheap. I paid $600 for her 5 years ago when she was a baby. But 5 years ago, I paid fucking $600 for her, and Christ, I almost think you can get them for like $300 right now. I might be full of shit. This is a Butter Mojave possible banana, and like I said, she is a female. I gotta adjust this down. Kind of want everybody to see Foxy too, but But this is Storm. And if you've never been here before, all my snakes are super chill. I don't have any. I have no ass hats. Everybody keeps saying 1 in 5's an asshole. I've got 35 and none of them are assholes. Not one. Not one. So I'm pretty proud of that. Because overall, I think the reason that my snakes are so chill is because I'm doing right by them. They're happy. They're happy and content. I don't have food strikes. My snakes always eat. If they don't eat this week, they eat next week, guaranteed. And that to me is not a food strike. A food strike is like a month or more, and even a month isn't that big of a deal. But that to me is what I call food strike. I have no food strikes here. None. I have perfect sheds. I have perfect temperaments. Maybe if I bring this girl over, maybe we can get that third person to comment. Maybe I'll pull out something that'll make that third person that's in here comment. So I'll try. I'll keep pulling snakes out and see if we can't get that third person to say hello. Either that, it could be a hater, I guess, too. What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, there, let go. I don't know. Why do you keep doing that? I know you're ready to get that off this. All right, fine. Fine, stay there. Stay there then. If I could just get her, you got to get the tail off. You get the tail off, the rest of it's easy. There we go. There you go. You got to uncoil them like a spring. But, and I've had nothing in the 5 years I've been keeping snakes. I have had nothing but positive interactions. As you can see, I'm just a reach in and grab my boas. I haven't tap trained. I only feed at night, so for the most part, all my snakes are in food mode unless it's like around between 8 and 9 o'clock, because that's when I normally feed, is between 8 and 9 o'clock. I don't feed all my snakes on one night. I spread them out over 3 different nights a week. Monday nights, Wednesday nights, and Saturday nights. I have different snakes I feed. And it's just easier to keep track of them that way. And I feed every 2 weeks. Anything on wean rats and over and bigger, I always feed every 2 weeks. Anything on rat pups and smaller, I feed every 7 days. That's just me. I'm not saying that's necessarily, set in stone. That's the way to do things, but that's the way I do things here. So. Was anybody in here to see my pie? I need a name for this girl. I'm gonna take her out again, because it really don't matter. I take her out 6 or 7 fucking times during the day, and it won't matter. This girl needs a name, but I need a good name for her because she's beautiful and she's got such pretty eyes. Aphrodite is just too long, because that's the kind of name that I'm looking for. But I can't come up with something. I've already come up with 35 other snakes names. So I need help with this one. Watermark. Yeah, she does. It's weird. She's got weird stuff going on in her pattern. You can't see it. It was actually better over here, weren't it? Yeah. That's why I'm almost thinking that she might have something more than just albino pied in her. But that's the problem with buying snakes. The person that I got this girl from got it from Petco. So there's no way of telling what is actually inside of her, other than you can visually see she's an albino pied. But these markings in there, I've got pied stuff and I got albino stuff, and none of them have that mark there in them. Like a water spot. And it's the same thing in here. It's in there. Pie just makes pattern crazy anyway, so I can't even see what's in pied. Well, the pie just means that it's dual colored. That's all a pied is, But she's pied and albino because she's all yellow there, so she's an albino pied. And like my other pied, this big girl, Electra, she's your normal pied, I mean, I can see other moss in. Oh yeah, there are lots of, yeah. I mean, she's a normal pied, and because she's got a lot of oranges in her because she's 100% heifer pied. I mean, heifer albino. I can't want to add an inchy or leopard pie. Yes, me too. And actually, when this girl gets big enough, Blaze is going to her. This is an albino enchi. Albino enchi, 100% heifer clown, male. And when she gets big enough, he's going to her. Because I do have snakes that I do want to breed. And in something like this, the economy only has to get a little bit better. For one, and the more that I keep shooting these videos too, I'm running into people that actually want my snakes. Because I started shooting videos again, I actually have a couple females on here that are buying 2 fires that I have, and Evie's getting hers as soon as I can ship. I don't ship unless the nighttime low is above 40 degrees, 40 and above for a low time temp at night. And right now it's still, I mean, Christ, I think tonight's going to be 24, 25 degrees. It's the same temperature it is right now during the day. It's supposed to be the same tonight. But then it's going to start warming back up. Tomorrow's supposed to be 35 for a high during the day. So I'm just waiting for that temperature. Thank you, number 3, the third viewer in here. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. I really do. I'm glad you're here, regardless whether you want anybody to know who you are or not. I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Everybody in here is really cool. I'm cold here in Florida. I can only imagine you. Yeah. Actually, dude, I was there 7 years ago. I actually, me and my buddy trailing our bikes down, and I was there for my first and only time ever in Daytona. I went to Bike Week 7 years ago. And it's too bad. I would have, since I've been there and been back, because like I said, I've only had snakes 5 years. Now I have so many people that I know since having snakes now that are down in Florida that I wish that I had knew them back when I went to fucking Bike Week, because I've met some amazing people, but everybody that's cool lives so far away. Repty Hahn lives in friggin' Tennessee. You live in Florida. I mean, along with the rest of them. I don't know where number 3 lives, but I'm assuming they probably don't live close either. You know what I mean? Anybody cool always seems to be, more than 3-hour drive away, put it that way, because a 3-hour drive is a good time for me and my buddy. We do 500 miles, easy. We've done 1,500 miles in 3 days on the bike. And that was just casual riding. That wasn't even riding hard. That was just us going in circles. So a 3-hour drive is nothing to me. So, but everybody that seems cool that I know, that's on here that, you know, they all live so far away. There ain't no cool people that live around me. You know, I wish. Oh, we got 4 people in here. Thank you for showing up, whoever you are. Appreciate it. And happy Valentine's Day to everybody. You know, if there's any females in here, I don't know. It's kind of weird saying it to a guy. So, have you been to Daytona National Reptile Breeders Expo? No. No, because when you see, that's the other thing that sucks too. Is 7 years ago, yes, I've always been into animals, but I wasn't into snakes. I've had lizards, I've had, you know, iguanas and all that. I got a savanna monitor in the other room. But, I mean, I've always loved animals, but I just got into snakes, you know, 5 years ago because I was scared of them. But yeah, I missed all that stuff when I went to Bike Week, you know. Now, if I went to Bike Week, I'd do Bike Week and I'd go see some zoos. I'd go look some people up. My buddy Pablo, you know, that I got all my Boas from, I'd go visit him. Who knows, you know, maybe even show up and see if I could meet up with you, you know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I would do now, you know, if I went to Daytona now, I wouldn't just be there. I wouldn't just go for Bike Week. I'd be there to see all that stuff. I'd go try to find a decent sized big zoo, and I mean that's a dream of mine. I think all of us reptile people all wish we had money for a zoo. That show is probably the best Florida show. No, yeah. See, we have like one show a year here in Maine, and you don't get to see much because you can't have any venomous, you know, anything venomous here in Maine without having a special permit. And with that permit comes big dinero to get it, and then you also got to jump through hoops to get a permit for an animal. Because I'd love to have a gaboon viper. My wife too, and my wife isn't even like into, you know, venomous stuff and all that. But my wife said the other day, because somebody asked me, and I said, "Oh man, you know, if it was venomous, I'd want a gaboon viper. They just look mechanical, and they're so beautiful, you know, and so unique. But you know, I like to be a hands-on. If I can't hold it and all that and get that personal interaction with it, you know, it's probably not an animal for me. But if I had a zoo, I guarantee you that would definitely be gotta have at my zoo would be a gaboon viper. What's you guys' favorite snake? They are huge, but I'd also like to have a green tree python too. You know, I would. I'd like to have an emerald green tree python, or any green tree, and those have huge teeth. Those fucking those green tree pythons, but they're beautiful. I mean, those bright yellow eyes, and you know, it's too bad they all end up turning green once they get bigger because they got so many different colored ones now. But I've been told that they all end up turning green, you know, in the end. Appreciate everybody being in here. I'm sorry, but I did a live this morning and had so much fun and said to hell with it. I want to do another one. Maybe tomorrow, because I always turn the camera off I always stop when the wife comes home at lunch. I try to have lunch with her, and then when she goes back to work, I sit here and do nothing. So I said, to hell with it. You know what? I'm going to try another live, and if I can get even one person to hang out, we're going to do it. We'll do it then. A lot of people like bananas. Reptihon has seen him. This is a banana, GHI Paradox. I did not produce him. I bought him. And he is a 2021 boy. He eats great, but he grows wicked slow. He's just a slow grower. Let's see, I'll show you his Paradox. Right there. There's his Paradox right there. And he's a good boy. I don't have nothing but good snakes. What's she doing? Oh, I put her back. See, I was thinking one day you can weigh some of them. I've got weights. You want to know weights? I got weights. What do you want to know? Who you want to know? I don't keep track of shit, weight. But when my snakes shed, oh, my dog's still in here. I didn't even realize it. Once my snakes shed, I weigh them. As soon as they shed, it gives me the shed date when they last shed, and it gives me the last weight they was. My buddy Dale waits till after they shit. After they shit, then he weighs his. I weigh them as soon as they shed, and I just realize, the whatever weight I have on them, it might fluctuate a little bit if they go poop. You breeding any BPs at the moment? No, I haven't bred all year. I took a year off. I did 3 clutches. After all yours shed, you can show us weighing them and stuff. Okay, yeah. Well, I can show you how I do it. I can show you how I do it right now, buddy. I don't weigh my boas because they're a lot harder to weigh. And I just do it. The reason I weigh my ball pythons is because it's a good way to keep on top of if anything is wrong. If anything goes wrong, the first thing you're going to notice is a drastic body weight drop. And that's why I always recommend to people that you weigh your snakes, because the first indicator that something is really off is going to be a drastic weight drop. I did have a female that went off food for 6 months because she didn't care for the PVC enclosure she was in, and she had been in it for 6 years since she was a baby from the people I got her from, and she had stuck shed, no belly heat, she just had overhead lights, and she was miserable. And I threw her, after 6 months of her not eating and me getting it spot on, humidity right, the ambient temperature right, her hot spot right, she just would not stop roaming. She just kept roaming, acted like she just wanted to be out. Well, she didn't want to be out, because when I took her out, I couldn't keep her. She wouldn't hold still. She'd back away, and she always wanted to get away. And you see that says 730. But that's how I weigh my snakes right there. Oh, he's 730. Whoever the 4th person is in here, would you mind giving me a thumbs up, please? I'd really appreciate it. I don't know if it helps or not, but we'll find out if it helps. If I can keep getting everybody to at least give me some likes. And if you're not subscribed, if you wouldn't mind, please, I'd really appreciate it. If any of you aren't subscribed that's in here, I really appreciate it. Reptihan is in here, and Eric Anderson. I don't know. I think I'm close. But anyway, Eric's in here. Oh, we lost 2 people. And that's what happens when you start asking for stuff. You start asking for stuff and people bug out and they're like, oh, screw you. They didn't like what I had to say probably about weighing. But I like to weigh my ball pythons. I haven't had any issues. I've never had any sick snakes. Dang, they roll out quick. Yeah, they do. Whatever. At least that person didn't leave with their like or their like. The last person in the last video, when I said, hey, would you everybody give me a like? I got up to 8 likes, and then all of a sudden I go, oh, thank you, whoever gave me that last like, and the next thing I know, I look up, and it's gone. they ghosted with and took their like with them. So it's like whatever. I don't know. You know, you're always gonna get those haters that don't like you because you know how you house and all that. And overall, as long as they're happy, healthy, and they eat good and they're doing everything they're supposed to do, I don't care how anybody keeps them. You know, as long as this best interest of the snake is at heart. You know, and they're doing everything that they're supposed to, eating, shedding. You know, good temperament, not roaming. You know, a constantly roaming snake it's not good. It's telling you it's stressed. It's not telling you it wants to come out. Because when you take a snake out that's content and not stressed, it will sit there and it will just move around in your hands and around you. A stressed out snake, when you take it out, it's going to be always trying to get away from you. You're going to be hand over hand, always having to pull it back. And Cleo, that's how I learned that with Cleo. Cleo, I thought, because, she was used to being held all the time and go, oh, she's running around the front of that PVC enclosure because she wants to come out. She wants to be handled. And I take her out and she's constantly trying to get away from me. Now when I take her out, she'll sit right here with me because she's content. She's not stressed before I even take her out. Because that's the thing. If they're already stressed in their enclosure and you take them out, it's not going to get better. They're not going to be like, oh, thank you for taking me out because I was so stressed in there and now I'm going to be fine. No, they're just going to get to another level of stress. And you guys might know that. I'm sorry. Just, it's in it, and I'm by far some expert. It's my personal opinion, so don't, shoot me for it. Hello. Good afternoon. Appreciate you being here. If you could leave me a like before you leave, it's much appreciated around here, whether anybody thinks it is or not. I know there's always those people that go, oh, I really appreciate it, and you can just tell they're not even genuine. I'm genuine. If I say thank you, I mean it. I don't do these videos to sell anything. It's not about that. I'm here just to show people that these snakes are not what we see on TV. My ink bird just delivered. Sweet! Hopefully your heat mat will get shipped to you here pretty soon. Yeah, you said that it hadn't shipped out yet. I know when I buy anything, I look, because sometimes I'd rather pay a little extra money to buy something that's a little closer. You know what I mean? I always look at the estimated shipping. This is an albino, 100% heifer pied. And see how the yellow goes through the eyes? That's how you know it's not a clown. A clown will not have that yellow stripe that goes through the eye. You see that? See how the yellow stripe goes through the eye? That's how you can tell it's just an albino. If it was a clown, there wouldn't be no yellow stripe. That yellow stripe wouldn't go through the eye. Like my clown Enchi albino. She's just got the orange on the top of her head and she's yellow, but there's no orange stripe that goes through her head. That's how you can tell whether it's albino, just albino or not. Just in case anybody wanted to know the difference be able to tell the difference between a clown albino and just an albino. This right here is Lucky. This is what I named this guy Lucky, and he's so pretty too, cause he's bright yellow and that white. You know what I mean? The white. I love that yellow and white. And he's got no alien heads. You know what I mean? The alien heads, there's like you get a single eye here and there, and that's it. But if you're not subscribed, I appreciate if you would subscribe, please. I guess somebody could be watching and they don't want anybody to know they're watching, so that's why they're not commenting. Maybe it's not because I have to turn volume off for a Zoom meeting I gotta join. That's cool. That's fine, buddy. At least now I know why you didn't comment. Eric, you still in here, buddy? Rep Dion is from Tennessee. Eric is from Florida. Of course. Hey, thank you. What would you like to see, Eric? Or number 3, whoever the other person that's in here, what would you like to see? I got ball pythons and boa constrictors. Chances are I've got something that, you name it, I have one. If I don't, I'll let you know. What would you like to see, Eric? And whoever else is in here, I'll show you. I'll take that one out after. It takes a little bit, and I have to watch these. So if you message me and you think that I ignoring you, I'm not ignoring you. My messages disappear after like 3 seconds. I'm not a big enough YouTuber where I've got all these options where I can have the messages being read to me and all that. I'm just a little guy, so you're gonna bear with me for a little bit until maybe we can get. I need to get 500 subscribers, and then I start getting some advanced settings. But I don't have any advanced settings really so much right now. The only advanced setting I got is whether I want to go horizontal or not. That's it. That's really the only settings they allow me to have right now. Oh, nobody wants to see anything? Because you guys do. You guys don't want to just sit here and watch me talk. You guys want to see a normal male. This was a free pickup. Somebody was over having snakes, didn't want to keep them anymore, and they gave me 3 snakes. They gave me this male, that albino pied I just had out, and Freckles, my pastel banana, pastel coral glow. It's a banana. It's a fancy way of saying banana, pastel banana. But I just got this guy not too long ago. I've had him probably 8 months now. And he's still pretty, And he might have something else in him because you see he's got no aliens. No complete aliens. And that's not normal for just a normal, regular, normally. Because my normal female has got complete alien heads with eyes and everything. And you can see he's got nothing. He's got like blank. Fill in the blank. This guy did give me a quick, felt like a headbutt when I first got him. I reached straight in towards his face and it scared him and he just kind of headbutted me. Hello everyone. Hello, whoever just joined us. Nobody knows who you are, so you don't have to worry about, if you don't want people knowing who you are that's watching. Nobody knows who you are unless you comment. So don't feel that, you'll ever get put on blast here and everybody's cool here. Everybody's been nothing but awesome here. We don't have over opinionated, people here. Everybody's super chill because that's what we want. It's all about just showing that, snakes aren't as mean and nasty as we see. That's what my channel's all about, and I'm here to help anybody that might have any questions. That's all this channel's for. I'm not here trying to sell snakes or anything like that. I just selling the idea that they are definitely not what we see on TV and how everybody wants to portray them. These snakes are amazing, and they're super chill. You know, if treated respectfully, they always, you know, you're going to get nothing but respect back from them. We only have ball pythons and boa constrictors here. I don't have any other snakes. I do have a savanna monitor and a couple leopard geckos, and I have a bearded dragon, and I have a parrot, a Senegal parrot, and I have a dog. And that's about the extent of my animals. I have 5 boa constrictors, and the rest are all ball pythons. I have 35, 36 snakes in all. I'm only in 5 are boa constrictors. The rest are ball pythons. Can I bother everybody that just joined in to give me a like, please? I appreciate it. It's the only thing I'll ask you. Maybe a sub if you're not subbed up already. I do lives every day at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. in the morning. I start, and today's live was 2.5 hours long, and then I had such a good time this morning, I decided to do one this afternoon, and this one's already been going an hour and 12 minutes long. So if that's your thing and you like looking at snakes and you like being in a place that's low-keyed, you know, everybody's chill and everybody, you know, here for the same reason, you know, check out snakes, talk snakes. Normally in the morning we have quite a few people in here. Well, to me, 10 people is quite a few. And everybody talks amongst them, you know, chats amongst themselves, you know, sends everybody's messages, everybody else through here, because everybody's super cool. I don't really like people, but I can tell you the people that show up here are awesome. You know, I couldn't be happier. I have never had, you know, to ask anybody to get out or anything like that. Everybody's very respectful of everybody else, you know, so if that's your thing, please subscribe. Give me, you know, hit that like button. I think it helps. I don't know. Oh, actually, buddy, you got too much moisture. You got too much moisture now. Guess Dad should have checked that peep towel first. And it's because of you people why I shoot these videos. Because if nobody showed up, they wouldn't even be worth shooting. Wouldn't even be worth doing. So, I really appreciate everybody here. See how it goes. You see how it goes, Eric? Yeah, so you ask people to give you a like and they just ghost. If I hadn't asked for nothing, they probably would have stayed, maybe. That's why I hate asking. It doesn't cost them anything. You know? Just helps, you know, whoever's shooting videos, it helps. Oh, look, number 3 left too. You can't win. You can't win with some people for some reason. I don't understand. As simple as asking somebody to fucking give a like, really? I mean, is that what it's come to, people? You know? It doesn't cost nothing. It's just a... Phew. Whatever. Fucking people. Eric, you take off, because you haven't told me what you want to look at. All my snakes are in blue or shed. And I only have 35, so it's real easy in one video to show everybody every snake. I think everybody's gone. What's your favorite snake? my favorite snake, the one I'm holding at the time, honestly, I don't, all my snakes are my favorite. They aren't for sale. I have 3 babies up for sale. The rest are all my favorites. I mean, and that's the honest to God's truth, because when I first got into, I didn't buy all these snakes in the beginning because I thought that I was gonna be, a breeder. I was fucking 15 snakes deep, and then had a friend of mine, Dale, Arcadia Ball Pythons, said, "Hey man, you and I got basically kind of the same, same things. That if you throw your males with my females, we could get some real nice stuff." So I started doing that. My Spider BP is mine and had him for about 12 years. I've got a ball python with spider in him, but he's got the problems. He's got the corkscrew, and he wasn't supposed to have spider in him when I bought him too, because 5 years ago the whole spider thing was blown up, and me being new, it wasn't that I understand why people breed them. They're beautiful, and I love their patterns, but I didn't want spider because I still wasn't, in the beginning, I wasn't totally comfortable, with snakes and all that. And the last thing I wanted to do is set myself up to have issues. You know what I mean? So when I asked everybody, all the breeders, and I talked to them, but I was right into the white snake. So, and he was all white. He's a banana Lessa Mojave, 100% het for clown. And that's why I bought him. To me, back 5 years ago, that was, what I would consider low end powerhouse. In the first year, because I've had him since he was a baby, I got him 5 years ago. And when we first had him, the first year, you couldn't tell there was any issues with him. He had nothing. He had just a slight little head shake. In the first year, I had to look up the corkscrew because my spider doesn't wobble. No, and it can be bred out. But the downside of breeding it out is they end up killing off, the ones that do have any issue. And, my guy's got issues, but he does everything that a normal ball python does. He eats amazing. He sheds perfect. He's got perfect temperament. Even when he gets excited and he's doing his thing, it never turns to like an all-out panic stress. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take him out right now so everybody can see him. See, he seems fine here in the tub. See, he seems totally fine in the tub. But you'll see, and he doesn't instantly start doing it. 100% pied for spider means if you breed him. He's got no pied. He's banana, Lessa, Mojave, 100% het for clown. He doesn't have any pied in him. But I won't breed him. I won't breed him anyway. As soon as I saw that he had issues, because I wanted him to breed him to Storm, my butter Mojave possible banana. Oh, 100% het. Yes, I got you. Yeah, I know. I got lots of 100% het clown stuff. I produce clown stuff. I produced the Enchi albino clown. I produced female from Blaze, my albino Enchi 100% het clown. I paired him to this girl. This girl here, which she is, and I got both of those snakes from Brian Barchak years ago. But this female is a clown, 100% het for albino. And I got, out of that clutch, I got 6 good eggs. I got an albino Enchi. I got a clown. I'm gonna put him back. He's not really doing it right now because he's pretty good. He's not real stressed. Oh, there we go. He's gonna start doing it now. See how he's, yeah. See, So, and anybody that's not familiar with the issues, right now, if I set him upside down, it would take him forever and a day to actually right himself because he's got issues. Apollo's in shed, but I got this guy too. This is an albino Enchi, 100% het for clown. I mean, 100% het for albino. Sorry, he's a visual clown, obviously. He's deep in shed. He's actually in blue. See his blue eyes. This guy is super vibrant. But I got this guy, this albino Enchi. I mean, clown Enchi, 100% het albino from her. Because they were just, they weren't even written down as 100% het or anything. This male, I'll take him out again. But this is the male. This is the albino Enchi, 100% het for clown. This is the male that I paired to that female that I got both these snakes from Brian Barchap. And I got that. I got him. I got a double het. I got a double het for albino, het for clown that I gave to my son. I sold that to my son. My son also got the Enchi albino. I sold that to my son. And I also had two clown 100% het for albinos out of that clutch too. They were just clowns, 100% het for albino though. Those clown 100% het for albino sold right off the bat. So, but I sold them a lot less than your big breeders do, So, and it wasn't, so I could hurry up and dump them. I had some first time snake people, because that's what I'm into. I'm into getting new, people, snakes that are brand new to it. Everybody that got snakes from me has had nothing but amazing I want to say encounters, amazing handling sessions, everything has gone perfect for them. They were able to hold them right from get-go. I told them when they first get them, take them out of the butt bag, inspect them real good, because that's what I tell everybody, whether no matter who you're getting your snake from, you want to inspect them real good, check for mites and all that. Not mine so much, but I just tell everybody that's what you should do. So I tell them, take it out, inspect it, all that stuff that you should do, and hold it for a little bit, and then, then get it in its enclosure and leave it for 4 or 5 hours to make sure that the body temperature and all that comes back up. And then I told them, go ahead and hold them because they're so used to being held. All my snakes are so used to being held. I can hold them in shed, don't matter. And they all ate amazing for them, even though they were holding these babies. But this is a guy that's up for sale. But he's a clown, 66% het for pied. I didn't get any visual pieds out of this clutch. I got 8 eggs and only 4 were good. So I'm hoping there's a good chance there was 1 clown pied in one of those bad eggs. Because I had 8 eggs and I only had 4 good eggs. The other ones were boob eggs or unfertile eggs. So, but I got 4 good babies. I've already sold 2 of these, and I've got I sold 1 clown 66% het for pied so far, and I've got 3 of them. I got this is Ziggy Pop. I got Lieutenant Dan, which is another male, same thing as him, 66% het for pied. And then I got this female, Twitch. We call her that because she twitched her tail. But we got this girl too. And she's in shed too. And this is Twitch, and she is the same thing as the other 2 males. She's 66% het for pied. But she's, visual clown. I like clown stuff. I am clown deep here. Super clown deep. Because I'll start going off. I got a black pewter, 100% het clown. I got the albino Enchi, 100% het clown. I got Apollo, clown Enchi, 100% het albino. put Twitchy back. I'll put him back. All right, we got a Paul Enchi, a Clown Enchi 100% het albino, Clown 66% het pied. I've got Ziggy, same thing, and then we got over here, I got Leopard, Pastel, 100% het clown. I got Clown het pied, Duchess, female. What else? And then I got that Banana, Lessa Mojave, 100% het clown. So I got lots of clown stuff. I was right into the clown stuff in the very beginning. I love the clown stuff. I love their clown eyes. I wish I could get the clown eyes to show up here. My Instagram has got great clown eye photos. Up close, perfect eye photos. You'll have to check out Instagram after. You know, I got some really good, you know, reels too on there. Some nice where you can really see good colors. You know, more of what their actual colors are on there. And I don't know what the difference is, but for some reason the stuff comes out better on Instagram than it does here. Yeah, I'll show them how the white snake. This guy is a Super Mojave Banana. He's all white, but he's got the purple head. And he's also got like this dark, almost looks like cigarette stain that runs his whole top of his back. But you see the purple head. He's got blue eyes, but he's not everybody's into these, you know, all white snake with a purple head. But I like him. And he is a Super Mojave Banana. But we're waiting for Storm to grow up so I can put him to pair him to my Butter Mojave possible Banana. The Kings look so good, albino. He's clean. Yeah, I get a feeling you're probably talking about somebody out on the snake or this guy. This guy is pretty clean, but if you look, he does have a yellow tinge that runs right along his backbone. You see that? In person, it looks like a cigarette stain, like like somebody's sealing that somebody when they smoke. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like a cigarette stain that runs the whole length of his backbone, his ridge. But the yellow makes it look like he has another more. He's got banana in him. He's a Super Mojave Banana. You know, and if I had a black light, I could show you. Because the white snake's the best way to see any pattern in them is you take a black light and it shows right up. It's cool. It's really cool, actually. That's why the yellow. That's why the yellow makes it look like it has. Yeah, it is, and I'm pretty sure. But there's a lot of these Super Mojaves that still have that yellow stripe down their back. A lot of them I've seen have that yellow stripe anyway. Yellow, the banana gives it the yellow. Yeah, no, I get that. But I've also seen some that don't have banana in them, and they still kind of have that yellow stripe down their back. You know, there are the morphs out there that go with the Super Mojave that will also give them that yellow tinge. You know what I mean? But yes, you're right. You're absolutely right, Logan. The banana in him is I would say without a doubt what's probably giving him that yellow. But a lot of people laugh when I say, "Oh yeah, he's got a cigarette stain." You know. Hello, whoever just popped in. Don't worry, nobody knows who you are unless you comment. So you can hang out with us and Nobody knows who you are, just in case, because I'll admit, when I first was new to YouTube, I didn't know. I'd get into lives and I wouldn't say anything because I didn't want anybody to know I was in there either. So it's not a big deal. It's okay. We're easy going here, real easy going. Jesus, do we want to? I bet you guys do. Like I said, I don't normally take my Guyana boa out every day, and I just started taking her out literally every day. And she is a wild caught. I didn't know in the beginning. I didn't know until after I bought her. I didn't even know you could get wild caught stuff. She is a wild caught Guyana. I didn't find out till after she was already in the mail shipped. So don't hold it against me, but I do want people to realize, she isn't, a regular boa. She is a wild caught boa, so she can be unpredictable. She's never bitten me, and I don't think she would. But this is the second time she's been out, and you see how good she is. And I just reach in. I'm a reach in type of guy and take my snakes out. I make sure that I watch their demeanor when I first take them out. If I take them out and their head comes up and they act like they're gonna pop me, then I probably leave her alone. But you saw she was just sitting there flat out, no worries. Her attitude is good for yes, she is amazing, and I guarantee you she is a wild caught. I got her from Pablo in Florida, and he assures me she for sure is wild caught, because I had a lot of people go, I don't think she's wild caught. Her acting is the way she is, and Pablo says without a doubt she definitely came from the wild. We're guessing how old she is. We're guessing she's a 2019. We don't know because we weren't the ones that took her out of the wild. But I can do that with my import green trees. Yes. See, you're the guy. Are you on Instagram? You might be the guy that I've been watching the green tree pythons, and I might even have messaged you about buying one. Do you breed the green tree pythons, Eric? I want one so bad, even though I know they got huge ass teeth, but it's people like you that make me want to get one, because you guys actually handle them, and they're not known to be, all that friendly and stuff. But I would get one from somebody that already handles it. You know what I mean? I would love to get a green tree python. But I guarantee you, you're watching your snake. How much are they? Green tree pythons? Like $1,500. And yes, it seems like a lot back in action. Hey, good to see you back there, Reptihan. Look who I got out again. And she came out no problem. This girl does make me a little nervous taking her out. She's the only snake I got. And no, she's never given me a reason to. And it might just be because I know in the back of my head that she is wild caught. But I've had this girl 4 years. I've had her since she was like 3 feet long. Eric, did you answer whether you breed green tree pythons? But yeah, I mean, 1,500. She is a copy of a Gaboon Viper. It looks much like one so much. I haven't bred anything yet. Oh, I gotcha. Work in progress, though. I'll laugh out loud. Yeah, I hear you. Well, good. When you do produce them, maybe you'll have to let me know. I'd like to get one that's well established, with handling first. I don't want to get bit. I know that there's a chance. You have any animal and there's a chance that you could get bit. But I'd like to think that, I'm not ever going to get bit from here on. And this girl, like I said, I don't normally take her out every day, and she's been out every day for the last 5 days breeding snakes that are expensive is a good way to get a bit rich. No, it's not, Logan. No, it's not, because the only people right now that are buying those $20,000, $30,000 snakes are the breeders. And those breeders are buying from big breeders. They're not going to buy a $20,000 snake from me because I'm nobody. And they're not going to want to take a chance that, some little breeder is scamming them on an animal like that. You've got to be well established if you think. I couldn't even sell my albino Enchi clown for $1,500. Not one person messaged me, and she's a $2,000 snake. Nobody even messaged me on $1,500 for her. Know why? Because they don't trust the small breeders like me. They think that only, your big time breeders are going to be the ones that are going to be, know what they actually really got. So just because you have, you could have a stormtrooper and you're not going to get, you're not going to get messaged like you think. You're just not, I've got 5,000 followers on Instagram, and I haven't sold not one snake due to my Instagram. I haven't sold really any snakes because of these videos, other than a couple, from a couple females here that found me, and because they like how the temperaments are of my snakes, and that's why they want to get a snake from me. Yeah, it definitely takes time. Any business, building any business. I didn't mean that you can't. I just mean you don't want to go into this thinking that you're going to get rich. Because a lot of people don't get rich doing this. A lot of people end up, losing a lot because snakes are an expensive thing to take care of. The more you have, the more expensive it is. And not all of us have, room to breed our own feeders. I don't breed my own feeders. I have to buy all my food. I don't want to smell rats in my house and all that. So I buy my feed. I'm spending $300 every 2 months on food for my snakes. And that's just my snakes. That's just food. I house on paper towel. So I got paper towel. I buy bottled water. So I got the expense of bottled water. It's not cheap. You got enclosures. You got housing, and all that to pay for too. And when they don't sell, and all you're doing is feeding these snakes, and they're not selling. Dale, Dale Arcadia Ball Pythons, when he sells a snake, a lot of times he gives a free snake along with it because he can't sell them, and he'd rather give them away to good homes than have to keep shelling out that expense of feeding them all the time. And he breeds his own feeders. And so what's that tell you? He breeds his own feeders and he's still giving snakes away. And we're talking desert ghost stuff. We're not talking normals. We're talking morph snakes he's giving away. And it's because, you're a small time breeder. You better be prepared to be hanging on and hanging on to these snakes for a while. And the bigger they get, the less snake people, less snake pet people you're gonna have messaging you. You're only gonna have your breeders and people like that want the biggest snakes. All these snake people all want baby snakes. They want 300 grams and less. And yes, I don't necessarily agree with that because $500 gram snake is going to be well more established eater than something that's only 300 grams. You don't know how well that snake actually eats. You know what I mean? Yeah, it will take. Yeah, he agrees with me on that, and it's not. And Logan, please don't take it as I just trying to be upfront because when it comes to that, I didn't even think that I was going to make very much money. I I was hoping I was gonna hit clown pieds. When I first got into this, clown pieds were $3,000. You know, $3,000 a piece for females. Now you can't get $3,000 for a clown pied. But I was hoping to hit that, you know, and I thought for sure, you know, as long as you have, you know, what's selling at the time, which, and that's the thing too. It takes about 3 years to grow a female up big enough to where it's healthy to breed her. So 3 years from now, the snakes that you're breeding, nobody's into them. Everybody 5 years ago was into the clown stuff. They were buying just normal clowns like hand over fist. You couldn't produce a regular clowns enough, and then if they had any morphs in them, everybody was just dying for them. Now, 5 years later, the clown stuff's not as big anymore. You know, and that's what happens too. That's something to keep in mind. Unless you've already got females at a breeding size, chances are, bud, by the time you can breed, you know, breed your females. By the time your females get healthy weight to breed, which to me is 1,800 grams or over on your ball python females. I know people do it under, but it's so hard on them that I don't believe you should do it unless they're at least 1,800 grams before you start breeding them. Myself, my opinion. I think he left. I think Logan left. But it's true. I don't, you know, by the time, if you don't already have ball pythons that are ready to breed, and that's exactly what everybody wants right now. Yes, 3 months, you know, 4 months away, people are going to want those snakes. But if you got to take 3 years to go and get that snake up to weight, by the time you get that snake up to weight, you know how many other people are also in that breeding project. And, you know, and most people want to buy from a big breeder. They don't feel secure buying from a little guy like me, because a lot of little guys are the ones that are scamming people. And I totally understand it, because I thought the same thing. I want to go to a big breeder because a big breeder's, chances are they're not going to want to scam you, because they don't want to, you know, they don't want anybody bad mouthing their business. You know, it's the worst advertisement is somebody, you know, my dog's messing with a camera. I'm just trying to be upfront, because I thought the same thing. I thought, oh, as soon as I have any snakes, they'll just sell, even if they're, you know, even if they're only $300 snake, you know, those are gonna sell. And I didn't want to breed anything under 300. You know, you and a big breeder can have the same animal. The customer will always go to the big breeder. Exactly, because they think that you know, because they're a big breeder and they know they're gonna know more, which they are gonna know more than a little guy like me. You know, the people I get are the ones that want pets, and they see my videos, and then they see how my pets, how my snakes are, and when they see that they're not head shy and that I hold them all the time, and that's, you know, them people are drawn to people like me, because they want a snake that's already used to being held. Big breeders don't have time to spend all the time that I do on my snakes and handling and all that. Pretty much they're a feed and take out and clean and then put back in their tub. I'm a hands-on person. Even when I was breeding, I was a hands-on. You know, that's why this girl has been out twice today. You know, and you see her demeanor, you know, and being out every day now, and being out multiple times during the day. See how nice and slow she goes back? Because she's confident. She's not worried. She's not stressed. I don't think she don't want to go back. I can just tell by the way she is. She don't want to go back, so I'll keep her out. That's what I do with them. If they give me the vibe that they don't want to go back, then I keep hanging on to them. But you're never going to be able to make everybody happy in these videos. And, I'm just trying to be upfront because it's the things that I've learned. 2 years ago when I had 3 clutches, I had 15 snakes, and I still, I have what two holdbacks from those 3 clutches, 3 holdbacks because I got peanut too. So I got 3 holdbacks out of 15 snakes, and I trying to sell all the others, and I still have 3 that haven't sold. And it's over a year now that they're like 15 months old, those snakes now. So chances are, the older they get, the harder it's going to be for me to sell them. And I've got clown 66% heifer males for $250. I got the female for $350. If you've been on Morph Market, you'll see it's about $100 less than, at least $100 less than everybody else is asking for the same 66% heifer pied, and they're not selling, and I'm not trying to hurt the market. I do understand that hurts the market, but I'm just trying to get these snakes into good homes to where, but I'm probably going to end up having to keep them. So, and because of that, that's also been a big reason why I decided, I'm not going to breed for a year. And I think a lot of it is due to the economy, why those 3 snakes haven't sold. People just don't have the money to buy snakes right now. You know what I mean? It's not that nobody wants them. They don't have the extra money for snakes right now is the way I look at it. I don't have extra money to go buy snakes. Right now, my dog keeps laying. Right now, I just want to take care of the ones that I have. So, this girl, I don't know, she keeps giving me the vibe that maybe she wants to go back, and then I realized, no, that ain't what she wants. But I don't want to, I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to shoot down anybody's dreams. I'm just trying to keep, an honest perspective on it. It's not as easy as you think. In any little breeder that has a $2,000 snake for sale, like you said, Eric, they're going to want to buy that from a big breeder. They're not going to have necessarily the confidence in a guy like me to buy a snake like, a $2,000 snake from. And I'll be honest, that's my most expensive snake I have in my whole collection is that female. I do have a couple snakes. This girl I paid $800 for. My IMG I paid $1,000 for her. I paid $1,100 for my hypo leopard boa. I paid $1,000 for my clown het pied female 5 years ago. That didn't prove out in that clutch. I know I can send her skin in and have it, analyzed and find out exactly whether she's got pied in her or not. And I probably will before I actually, if I do decide I'm going to breed again, I probably will definitely do that. I'd send in her hide, and I'd send in my clown 100% het for clown. My clown 100% for het for pied skin in and have that checked too. I think it's just you and me, Reptihan. I'm never going to be able to not say something that somebody's not going to like what I have to say. All I can say is that he can show me. When that guy gets ready to breed, he can show me. Yeah, everybody dropped. I think Logan, think that I was trying to. Oh, all right, Eric's still in here. BC, there's more than one, is yeah, it's you and Reptihan now. I wish, maybe I shouldn't have said something. I was just trying to keep it real with Logan. letting him know that that's just, part of it. 5 years is, 3 years to grow up a snake just so you can, breed it. 3 years is a long time. A lot of stuff comes out in 3 years, you know. And I'm not saying that, maybe you'll get somebody to buy one top end snake from you. But chances are that, I don't care if you got, a $10,000 snake. The big breeder that has that snake's going to sell it a lot faster than the little guy. It's a trust thing. And $10,000 is a lot of money. And I myself, I would feel more confident myself spending $10,000 to a big breeder than some little guy like me. That's just the way it is. And I know there are little guys out there that, look, she's poking me in my arm, and she's still poking me with her tail. But look, she's not tail shy. But I figured, because I wasn't, I did the clown, albino stuff, and that stuff sold quick. The clown 100% het for albino sold faster than I ever thought. But I only had two. Everything else was visual of some sort, whether the albino Enchi 100% het for clown, and then you had my Apollo, my clown Enchi 100% het for clown, for albino. But I sold to pet people. For question, here we go. What's the question, buddy? I'm watching. So in case it disappears, after I answer this question, I might have to go take a leap for it real quick. If you have a clutch, how do you know which 100% pied versus 100%? You'll get a visual. You'll get a visual. Say my pied 100% albino, and I put my albino het pied to her. If I get a visual pied albino, then you know that they're 100% het for that, because you have a visual. You end up with a visual. You have to have 200% hets to get a visual. So if you get a visual, it makes those 100%. Visual pi times normal equals 100. Okay, there you go. Het times het is 60%, 66. And because I didn't get any visual clown pieds out of that clutch, it makes them 66%. So, but because I did have 8 eggs and only had 4 good ones, there's still a chance that they could be 100%, but because I didn't, so that was from 2 different clutches. No, the clown 66% het for pieds were 1 clutch, but I had 8 eggs that the female laid, but only 4 of them were good fertile eggs. I had 4 in that clutch that were bad eggs. So I only had 4 good eggs, and they were all clown 66% het for pied. I didn't get any clown pieds. I'm hoping maybe one of the other 4 that weren't good eggs might have given me the clown pied that I was hoping for, is what I was getting at. So no, but yes, the clown albino stuff was a whole nother, clutch. 100% het pied and the 66% het pied were 2 different clutches. No. This I don't know. This male, this clown 100% het for pied. I'm saying he's 100% het for pied because that's what he was sold to me as. But I don't know for sure because I haven't sent his skin in to be tested. I don't know for sure whether he is actually 100% Hepfapide, but he was sold to me as 100% Hepfapide. So wasn't this female. This female was sold to me as 100% Hepfapide also, but she didn't prove out. But that's also why I spent $1,000 on this girl, because she was supposed to be 100% Hepfapide, but it didn't prove out, because I didn't get any albino clown pieds out of it. The babies are only 66% Hepfapide. But supposedly this girl and that male were supposedly both 100% Hepfapide. But I would say one of them probably isn't 100% Hepfapide. And there's a chance that I bought two snakes that neither one of them 100% Hepfapide. No, just because you have one that's 100% Hepfapide, unless you do it to a visual clown pied, you're not going to get 100%. You're not necessarily going to get 100% Hepfapide. I'm telling you, the breeding thing is a lot harder than people think. There is so much to learn about it, and that's the other thing about the breeding thing. Everybody just thinks that you breed snakes and you get snakes and then people are going to want them. No, they're not. And if you don't sound like you know your stuff, they're not going to buy anything from you. Doesn't matter what it is. It's a little confusing. It is a lot confusing. No, it's a lot confusing. I get confused too. So don't even worry about that, buddy. That's why I say when it comes to morph stuff and all that, I actually talk to other people about that, because the last thing I want to do is give out bad information. It is very confusing. It is. See, it is super confusing. She's in blue too. Shed, she's all pink. Yes, it is wicked confusing. It's even confusing to people that actually know what the fuck they're doing. You know what I mean? Seriously, sometimes even those people that know, all that shit, you'll watch them and they'll have to sit there and think. And the more morphs you get, like that girl there, Orange Dream, Enchi, Hepfapide, Hepfacandy. When you get fucking all them hets in there, it's hard to know if you don't see the visual in there. It's hard to know whether you're supposed to say it's het for this or it's het for that. You know what I mean? Because just because you don't get a visual of it doesn't mean that there isn't a het in there. But you also have a hard time knowing whether there's a het in there unless you actually know your shit. I mean, it's not simple. That's why not everybody does it. Yes, it's simple to me to breed and get snakes, but to know what the fuck you have once they come out of the egg, it is super hard. Unless you're just gonna go like visual albino pie to albino pie, you're guaranteed albino pies. There's no, there's no, guess them, whether there's something else in there. They're going to be visual pies. Morph Market as a calculator. Yes, sorry, I got your question. Yes, Morph Market has what they call morph generator, and you can put the male morphs in and the female morphs in, and it will tell you what your odds are of what you're going to get out of that clutch. So, yes, go on Morph Market, or you can go Google it. It's ball python morph generator, and you just put in the male genes, male morphs, and then you put the female morphs in, and it will calculate and tell you. Yes, it is pretty cool. They have one for boas too. Hey, you guys talk amongst yourself. I gotta go take a leak real quick. I'll be right back. going on? Ain't nobody here. Alright, I'm back. Yes, but do you see now how if you don't know what you're talking about, nobody's going to buy anything from you. I don't give a fuck if you have, you know, the stormtrooper. If you can't come across as you know your shit, they're going to go to a big breeder. And why wouldn't they? You know, I mean, we're the same way. And that's why I'm saying, you know, and I'm still really new. I know your base morphs and all that, but when it comes to, Dale, I had to talk to Dale. Dale was the one that helped me identify my clown 66% for pied clutch, because I had got no visuals and I didn't know what the fuck to even say they were. Just because my male was labeled 100% het for pied and my female was, I didn't get any clown pieds out of it. So there's still, and that's the chance. Your little guy, is anybody going to want to trust them when they say it's het for this? Because that means there's no visual that is actually in it. You're taking their word that there's a hidden gene in there. And that's why people want to go to your big breeders. And maybe I should have explained it to that guy that way instead of the way I did, but that's what it amounts to. And like I said, and they ask you questions and you can't answer, they're not gonna feel comfortable buying a $2,000, $3,000 snake from you. I took a chance on the guy that I bought the clown 100% het for pied female from. Was a decent sized breeder, so I'm hoping that she probably is 100% het. Sometimes getting I missed it, Repti or Eric. I missed that. Hopefully it was a message to in between the two of you, because I totally missed that comment. And that's why it's really hard. You when somebody has a question for you, you got to be able to come right back with a honest, real, educated answer. Sometimes getting a normal is the same odds as getting the best combo out of the clutch. Yes, because like I said, that clown albino stuff, I ended up getting one normal that was 100% het for albino and 100% het for clown. So that male fucking snake is actually a really good snake to have if you're gonna breed. It's got albino and clown in it. So you throw it to anything that's got clown and albino in it, you're guaranteed you're gonna get visual clowns or in albinos out of it, So yes, and everybody ought to have a normal to go and prove out these, I could prove out Duchess, my clown 100% het for pied, by throwing my male normal to her, and I could do the same thing with any of my males, throw it to my female normal. That's how you prove out what they have in them. You should get a couple visual morphs, out of if you go to a normal, but I don't want to, do that, because you're still going to produce normals het for whatever, but they're going to look just visual normals. Some of them are going to look, and I went into the same thinking that I didn't want to produce any normals whatsoever, and I hate to say it, but a lot of people, not me, but a lot of people look at them as the throwaway snakes. I mean, you can buy a normal ball python at any of the pet stores around here for a male, $50, a female, $75. You go on Morph Market, you can buy males for $35, females for $50. Normals are pretty to very few of us, though. Very few of us realize that you've got to love the normals, because none of these other morphs would have came without the normals. You know, the normals are what started it all. And without the normals, we wouldn't have what we have now. So people need to show a little more respect to the normals. But there are people out there that look at them as their throwaway snakes. And me personally, that's right. Got you pay respect. Absolutely. But my whole thing is I didn't want to produce anything that was going to be less than what I could sell for $300. And my whole thinking was somebody that spends $300 as opposed to somebody that spends 50 is probably going to take care of that $300 snake better than they are that $50 snake that they figure that they don't. $50 isn't a lot of money to most people. $50, we all throw $50 away, almost every day on nothing. So, buying a snake for $50 to some people is nothing because they don't realize that it's a living creature. They just think that it's entertainment, and when they're over it, it's only $50, so they go let it loose out in the wild. Or they just give it to somebody else that's going to treat it just the way they did. I got a normal for free, but trying to keep him going as best as I can. You got a normal and you're trying to. He was 15 then, now 23. That's awesome. My oldest snake is 11, and it's a normal. And I also got her for free, and I got that male for free. Because the people that had them didn't want them anymore. They were over it, and they're both the best fucking snakes. I mean, they're just as chill as all the other ones that I have. And I just can't imagine who in the hell can give up an animal that is just, like the perfect pet. Anyone in their right mind these two snakes are just what they want. Super sweet. Would never do anything to ever bother anybody. They don't hiss. They don't want to bite anybody. Would never bite anybody. They are literally the best snakes. But nobody wants them. Nobody wants them anymore. When I got this female, I couldn't believe it because the woman had her since she was a baby. She was 6 years old when I got her, but she had her since she was a little tiny baby. She got her when at the reptile show, normal desert. Yeah, it was. If a normal is $100, it's got morphs in it. You won't find anybody selling just a regular normal for $100 or more. I mean, these guys have been less than $100 forever now. And like I said, at the pet store, they're $75, $50 for a male, $75 for a female. I saw them for $35 on Morph Market, up to $50 for a female, But if they have any morphs in them, they're going to be more than that. But I didn't want to produce anything less than $300 because I just figured people tend to look at $300 as a little bit of money, and nobody just wants to throw away $300. So that was my whole thing. I didn't want to produce anything under $300 because I wanted to feel that people would actually take care of them. I'm not about the money, and that's the other thing. Anybody that's breeding snakes and is in it just for the money, I really wish nobody would do that. I wish nobody. I wish everybody did it for the love of the animals and not for the money. And if you're in it for the money, most breeders, even your big breeders, will tell you, you're not gonna make it, because if it's all about the money, the money's not there right in the get-go. You're not gonna make a ton of fucking money. You got to be in business 5 years or more and sold quite a few animals before that. But this is Cleopatra, and she's 11. She's my oldest snake. None of my boas are that old. My oldest boas are 2019. 2018, sorry. My Doom Rose boa. She's a 2018 baby. And this girl's such a sweetheart. I couldn't imagine. I will never get rid of her just because she deserves better than that, than to be just passed around. And obviously, she's never had a bad experience with the woman that I got her from, because she's been nothing but a super sweetheart. I mean, from get go. But, you know, who can just give up an animal that's super sweet like this? Makes cool stuff. Yes, porches and nice cars, big ass house and garages. No, and there are some people out there that do good, but he's been in it for a while. He didn't do all that in a couple years. Is all I'm saying. And I'm just saying, yeah, for 20 years. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, that's what you do. These guys have been in it for so long that they've got snakes that have got 5 and 6 different morphs inside of it. A guy like me that's just started out 5 years ago, I will never be able to catch up to these guys unless I'm going to go out and spend big money to get one of these powerhouse snakes for them. And then it's still going to be, got to grow it up for 3 years at least to get it up to size to breed. And by then, everybody and their brother's already got that morph out there. That's the thing. That's the killer. Unless you're buying breeding ready females, and you can get right into it while it's new. That's the only way you're going to really do good, because 3 years is a long time to grow a snake up, and all these other guys to be able to just keep stacking the morphs you're working with, and then just adding more to them. Every year they just keep adding more to them and more to them and more to them. So if you ain't already got more morphs than they do, in 3 years, they're that stuff that you're producing, is a dime a dozen now. I think he has a shitload of clutches per year. Yeah, most people do. I mean, most people have 100 clutches at least. My first year, I only paired 3 snakes. It wasn't that I only got 3 clutches. I only paired 3 females. And I got lucky because they don't always take. Yes, I did go and get a couple locks on my albino, on my pied 100% het for albino, but she never took. She never gave me eggs. Just because you see them lock doesn't mean that anything's going to happen. It's an indicator that yes, you possibly could get eggs, but they can lock multiple times and does not mean that you're guaranteed that the female is going to lay. Honest to God, I got really lucky with those 3 clutches, and everybody kept telling me the same thing. And I got super lucky that I proved out double recessive, which means two snakes that were het for clown, and I proved them out. One was het for clown and the other one was het for albino. And I proved out the albino and I proved out the clown. I got really lucky to prove out double recessives my first clutch, my first 3 clutches. And I did. I proved out all my snakes. Other than my clown pieds, I didn't prove them out. Is it just us again, or is YouTube messing with me? You still in here, Eric? The only reason I asked is it's back to saying there's only one person in here again. I figure I'll run this till the wife comes home. Yeah, okay, YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is messing with me. Who knows? There might even be 3 people in here now. I don't know. It's saying there's only one. YouTube screwing with you. Yeah. Well, they kept kicking me on and off last time. Reptihon. But that's my 2 cents on the breeding thing. Where's the pastel leopard? And I know she looks really yellow here, but compared to when she was a baby, she has darkened up a lot. I mean, her yellows were like bright yellow, like a albino yellow. I mean, literally. I mean, she's still got some good yellows and she got nice blushing on her sides, but. And this girl is also supposed to be 100% het for clown. She's a leopard pastel, 100% het for clown. Yes, they got a super dark outline. All the leopard, I don't know what I'm trying to say. The leopard morph, the leopard pattern. You know, she almost has like a pastel looking head to me though. Well, she is pastel. Duh. She's leopard pastel. Leopard is one of the best. I love leopard. I love leopard in any morph. I saw a pastel leopard baby at the show and it looked really nice. They are so bright yellow when they're babies, you know. And I was just trying to explain to you last night that they do get, you know, they do dull up some. I mean, she is a lot darker. Her yellows have darkened wicked since when I got her as a baby. I mean, she was like bright yellow, like an albino, bright yellow. You know what I mean? All her yellows were like super bright. And she's 5 years old. She's a fucking 2019 baby. So she's 5 years old. I didn't realize anything that I got that's 2018 is actually 6 years old. But I don't think I got any ball pythons. None of my ball pythons are 2018. I started 5 years ago. Next month or April, this April coming up, I'll have had snakes 5 years. That'd be the cool if you had leopard clowns. Well, trust me, I do want to go and breed this girl, and I do have plans to. I would like to breed her, you know. But like I said, at this point, I really want the economy. Give the economy. Hopefully, the economy bounces back because I don't want to just produce a bunch of snakes to keep them because I've got a big enough collection now. If I only had, you know, 12 or 13 snakes right now, I'd be producing lots. I would be pairing lots of these snakes because it wouldn't be a big deal if I had to keep them, you know what I mean? But I've got 35, 36 snakes now and I'm running out of spots to house, you know, and I don't really want to have to do temporary tubs and all that. So, and I'm not selling any of my adults. My adults were all bought as pets, and that's just what they're gonna. I might breed some of them, but they're gonna remain here with me. I'm not selling any of my adults. My adults are gonna be here till they're not no longer living. I'm a forever home. Other than my babies that I knew that when I produced them that they were gonna be sold, you know. So. But she kind of got like your clown eyes. She's got really colorful eyes. Let's see if I can't get them here. Probably not because she's not gonna. But she doesn't have your normal eyes. She's got like clown eyes. She's got the real pretty colored eyes. And she's a good girl. I don't have a bad one. You think the het clown added a little extra to her? No. Het it means that you don't see it. A hidden gene means just that. You don't see it. You don't see that morph in it whatsoever. I'm the same way. My adult female single gene stuff is a forever home with me. Not worth to, and it's not. I've got lots of stuff that's worth, to sell. I just when I get an animal, I buy it for. I'm a forever home. I buy it and that's where it is. It's staying here. And all of my adults, even if I bought them with breeding plans, those were still bought as snake pets to me. So some breeders say they can see some het stuff showing mark. Yes, there are markers. Like you'll see, like on the tails, they'll have like the clown markers and stuff like that. Pieds have a marker, but to but that isn't a fail-proof thing. That's just a maybe telltale. Those markers aren't still 100% factual, but they're a good indicator that that could be in there. But I don't know anybody that says that, the tail markers for clown and pied are a guarantee, of that. But as far as color wise and this and that, you're not going to see het stuff. It's not going to change the color and all that of the snake if it's not visual. A het is hidden gene. It means it's hidden gene. But yes, there are indicators to say that possibly, could be something else in there, but it doesn't mean that it's 100%, fail safe for sure. And that's the thing. And that's another reason why people go to your big breeders. Because, your big breeders, if they say that it's het for this, a het for that, people are going to tend to believe it. As opposed to your small time people that might not actually know what they have, but they're, and it's real easy to get extra money for claiming it's het for this, a het for that, knowing that there's no way to prove it out until somebody actually sends a skin away to be tested, or you prove it out by having a clutch. So that's why a lot of people want to go to your big breeders, because if they say it's het for something, there's a good chance it is het, because they know their shit. A small time breeder could just tell you it's het, trying to get extra money out of it. And you'd never be able to know the difference unless you either send a skin away to be tested or breed it to prove it out. So, it's not as simple as, oh yeah, you just produce some snakes and they'll sell. A lot of guys are underselling everybody, which also pisses your breeders off, because if you got people out there, let's just say, for example, clown pieds are going for $3,000. Now I forgot what I was getting at. Hold on, give me a second. Yes, okay, here we go. Let's say you know the parents' birthday and all that. Yeah, I've got all mine marked as parents too. I've got all my parents marked, but that doesn't necessarily mean, I've got everything documented. I don't keep everything on my tubs. I've got everything documented. The parents, what the parents were, what the parents are, how long it took to incubate, what the first snake was out of the egg was. I mean, I've got all that documented. So that doesn't necessarily gonna be a big seller on somebody too, because I've got all that too. But let's just go back to this. Say Duchess, say the clown pieds are $3,000, okay? Now you'll get small time breeder like me, and they'll be selling them for $1,500 because they want to get, because they're so cheap, they figure somebody will buy them, and somebody probably will. But what you end up doing is you undersell, you drop the price on those clown pieds now automatically, and you bring, by you underselling everybody else, you drop the prices on that morph, and then everybody has to go lower. So you can't just go, oh, I'm going to sell them wicked cheap, because all you're going to do is you're going to piss the big breeders off, and they will come out of the woodwork, and they will call you on it and say, all you're doing is ruining the reptile hobby by underselling everybody these snakes. Yes, you're going to sell snakes, but all you're doing is hurting the hobby. So you can't go and just go, oh, I'm going to sell them $200 less than everybody else, and I'm going to sell them, and you're going to have people that are going to come at you, and then they're going to badmouth you, you know. And what's worse than good advertisement is bad advertisement is the worst. One bad review, it will take you 10 good reviews to make up for that one bad review. People look at bad reviews differently than good reviews. You get 10 good reviews and then you get one bad review, and that wipes those 10 reviews out. Those 10 before go away. You know, there's a lot to the breeding thing. You know, breeding snakes, I think, is easy. Because I have a good incubator, it makes it seem like it's way too easy to breed, and you wonder why everybody don't do it. And then you breed, and then you realize, you think, oh, I'm just going to get visuals. I'm going to get lucky enough, and everything that comes out of the egg is going to be a visual, and I'm going to be able to I'm going to be able to know exactly what moths it is myself. And it's fine as long as you're only using visual to visual. You know, visual clown pied to clown pied, you know, it's going to be real easy to tell a clown pied, you know. But when you get more hidden moths and hidden genes in there that don't always show up in the babies, that's where you got to know your shit, or you got to know people that are going to be willing to help you identify your clutches. And luckily, I've got lots of big breeders that I talked to in the beginning when I was breeding and all that have been there to help me out in identifying my snakes. Because, you know, I wouldn't have known what to call them 66% hepfapide clowns. I would have just called them regular clowns, because I don't see anything else other than a visual clown in them, you know. And I wouldn't have wanted to mislabel them. But because I talked to big breeders and they go, oh no, you've got 66% hepfapides. So it was. I didn't come up with the 66% hepfapide on my own. I had big breeders that helped me identify my snakes. Even the ones that I pretty much knew what they were, like my Enchi clown albino, I could visually see that. But I still asked the big breeders to you know, verify that I'm right. You know, all my snakes have been verified. All my clutches, all my babies were verified by big breeders. So, you know, I sent video, I sent pictures, and I told them what the parents were. And that's how we came up with what they were, you know. Even though, like I said, a lot of them I did know. Like the albino Enchi, that was easy to look at and see, oh, it's definitely Enchi and that's definitely albino, you know. But it was also 100% het for clown, you know, that you don't get to see because it's a hidden gene. So it's confusing, man. It really is. It's not as straightforward as everybody thinks. I am liking that pastel leopard a lot. She's beautiful, and if you like her now, you're gonna love any baby you get. They are popping. I mean, the blacks are super black too, like dark black. I mean, in like super black. Even her blacks are faded. Her yellows are faded. Her blacks are faded. She was like super vibrant when she's a baby. You know, when she was, I would say probably the first couple years she was really pretty. And then after that, after about a couple years, they start darkening a little more and a little more after each shed. You know, eventually they stop. They don't keep darkening up till they die. She needs a little moisture. So we'll give her a little moisture. You remember Feisty, how dark she was yesterday? She's nowhere near as dark today. And she hasn't shed yet. But her eyes came out of blue. So she'll shed within the next couple days. This is a clown 100% het for albino. I proved her out. So there's without a doubt, she's definitely 100% het for clown, het for albino. But see how much lighter she is today? When her eyes are in blue, she gets super dark. But I'll show you. This is just so that way you can get an idea. I'm showing you how dark she looks now. And you watch the albino in her, I think, has lightened her pattern. But you can't tell that you can't necessarily tell somebody because she's lighter. That's what, because of the albino. I'm just saying that. I think she is a little lighter. Because you look at her compared to the clown het pied female. See how much she's so much lighter than Duchess, you know, which this girl's het for albino and that girl is het for pied. And Duchess is my second most shy snake, Duchess, that I had out there earlier. But this girl has got really cool, really nice head pattern. It looks like a dancing bear, like a Grateful Dead dancing bear. I think there's been 3 people in here this whole time. I just think that, I think YouTube's messing with me. Keeps telling me that I'm down to 1 person in here. I'm liking that pastel leopard a lot. Bold patterns. Oh, yes, nice. I keep it brings up your last comment too with your new comment. That's why it sounds like I'm reading an old comment to you. Hey, thank you whoever gave me the other number 4 like. Appreciate that. It shows 3 in here. Yeah, it does now. But it said it was only 2 of us in here for quite a while. Oh, sounds like wife's home. Oh, hold on, guys. Wife's home. But this girl is a lot brighter once she goes through shed. You know, and this is feisty. She got what looks like a dancing bear on her head. Good chatting snakes and seeing all the snakes. Gotta run. All right, Reptihan, we'll see you later. I'm getting ready to take off too. So, oh, that's feisty. I'm getting ready to take off too, everyone. That's how my dogs let me know my wife is home too. Yeah, well, my dog gets more excited when the wife's leaving than when she comes home. Because when she comes home at lunch, he wants her to give him his snack, and then he's all whining and barking at her because he wants her to go back to work. See you later, everyone. See you, buddy. Nettie J, thanks. It's been great. Nettie J, you bastard. Why didn't you tell us you were in here earlier? I would, we were wondering who that 3rd person was. That's awesome. Thank you for joining, Nettie. Appreciate that. I really do. Appreciate you too, Eric. Hopefully, maybe you can come and join us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. We're going to do another live tomorrow at 10. So, but it's always good to have people in here. I really appreciate it, guys. So, but everybody, have a wonderful night. And remember, if you can't be good at it. Cheers.